A terrifying journey on park land. On a gloomy evening, a group of 4 friends decided to spend the weekend relaxing and having fun at the city park. There is Jake, a strong and brave guy; Emily, the smart and determined girl; Mike, a funny and always optimistic guy; with Sarah, her gentle and kind-hearted girlfriend. The sparkling lights and gentle music create a happy atmosphere, but gradually, the atmosphere becomes more scary. As the friends walked through the small forest next to the park, they heard strange moans and saw cold ghosts running through the light. Despite being frightened, they decided to continue investigating. "We should go check out what's going on," Jake said, his eyes determined. "But what if there is danger?" Sarah is worried. "Surely it won't be anything, right, Mike?" Emily said, trying to push back her fear. "Okay, nothing to worry about. It's all just a play of the imagination," Mike replied, trying to pretend to join in the cheerful atmosphere. So they advanced deeper into the forest, their footsteps leading them past the small canal and through the dense trees. Facing them, an old abandoned house appeared in the darkness, where firelight was coming from inside. Their hearts pounded loudly in their chests as they gradually walked towards that house, unaware that they were entering a horrifying nightmare. Emily held up her flashlight and headed into the old house. Her footsteps echoed on the old wooden floor, creating a terrifying knocking sound. Jake, Mike and Sarah followed, not daring to say a word, but panic seemed to flicker across their faces. As they went deeper inside, they felt a coldness and gloom filling the space. Cracked walls, dimly flickering light bulbs, all create a creepy atmosphere. Suddenly, they heard a rattling sound from upstairs. Jake quickly grabbed the handle of his parachute and led the way up. Every step is a challenge, as the old floor is rough and dangerous. When they reached the upper floor, they discovered a secret room with an old trunk forgotten in the middle of the dark space. Emily, her natural explorer, walked over and opened the trunk. The whole group was nervous, not knowing what would happen next. Suddenly, an old letter and a small wooden box were mixed inside. Sarah took the letter and began to read the contents. "Curious people, if you read this, know that you have reached the end point of life. Be careful what you want to know, for the truth can be thorny and dangerous." Before they could react, a loud explosion rang out from inside the chest, creating a pillar of blazing fire. They panicked and tried to escape from the abandoned house full of dangers. But when they ran out of the house, they suddenly saw that it was no longer a normal park. Instead, they were standing in the middle of a mysterious forest, with shimmering lights shining in the distance. They cannot imagine that they have stepped into a parallel world, where time has passed. Stop and everything changes in a way cannot be explained. All 4 people panic, trying to find a way out of this nightmare. Jake used the handle of his parachute to guide his way through the strips. The trees are thick, while Emily tries to find a sign, any sign that could lead them back. The real world. Mike and Sarah hold on together. Each other, try to keep your spirits up and not get hurt. Haunted by panic. What has happened to them? Have they entered a magical arc, or are they experiencing a terrifying nightmare? The answer is still hidden deep in the darkness of this wild forest. Gradually, all 4 people felt tired and lost all hope. They don't know what to do anymore, don't know how to return. But suddenly, a beam of light shined down from far away, causing the darkness to disappear. They saw a wide path, leading them towards the light. They did not hesitate and immediately walked down that path, feeling like they were being freed from a nightmare. As they walked on, they saw the late-night ghosts disappear, and everything returned to normal. Finally, they returned to the park with racing hearts and an unbelievable story. From that night, they learned a valuable lesson about courage, solidarity, and the power of the human spirit in the battle with the horror and mystery of the world around them.